You're going to get left behind if you don't update your marketing strategy in 2025. Because, spoiler alert, it's not 2015 anymore, so we need to get with the times. And so I know we're all getting older, but let's talk about ways we can at least make our businesses still feel relevant, okay? Hi there, I'm Kevin, the founder of Senzi Marketing. I help small business owners and freelancers learn to thrive without the burnout. And so marketing is constantly evolving, which means we need to do our best to constantly stay on our toes, especially if we don't want to end up being the next blockbuster. Which means our marketing efforts need to evolve to find the new best strategy, trends, things that are actually working out well in 2025. Because you need to keep up with new technology, new trends, and really importantly, new regulations. So today we're going to look at what you need to stop doing, what you should be doing more of, and a few tips to help you actually grow your email list in 2025. Let's start with 3 things you need to stop doing in 2025 with email marketing. Number 1, using a Gmail address. Please stop doing this. It looks so unprofessional, it looks super spammy, and most importantly, all of the email service providers are going to start blocking those email accounts, which means it doesn't even matter that you're using that email address because nobody's going to read it. Now, disclaimer, I am talking about using your email as a business owner to send to your customers. Please go ahead and keep using a Gmail account for your personal use for, whatever, signing up for coupons and things like that. And you can get a professional email for super cheap. It really is not expensive. Either check with your hosting provider, like whatever you're using for your web service. I use that. I use Hostinger. I'll leave a link below if you want. And I'm really happy with their service. You can also just use Google Workspace. Right? It's really such a small investment to give you a really nice, polished look. Number 2 of things you need to stop doing in 2025 is only ever sending discounts. Discounts are the only thing you ever send your customers. You're going to be left behind because all it does is devalue your brand. If you're constantly selling discounts for no reason at all, then customers are going to start thinking, why should I ever pay full price if I know I'm going to get a discount next week? It just makes your customers start thinking that you're not worth the price point, and it just gives you a sort of spammy feel overall. It's sort of a vicious cycle. I would avoid it. Make sure you always have a reason, a real reason behind all of your discounts. Because again, I'm going to tell you, customers can smell BS a mile away these days, so it needs to be a good reason. Number 3, things to stop doing with your email marketing this year. Stop assuming you're going to get direct sales right from an ad. Because in 2025, add to landing page for a consumer who has no idea who you are is not working anymore. You might get some sales. I'm not saying you're getting 0, but the amount of money you're investing into those ads is really not giving you the same results that we might have seen 10 years ago. And why is that? Well, it's because consumers are being more cautious these days, right? Money's tough, and people are really struggling to find who they can trust. So they're spending more time researching the brand, looking into all of their options, and really thinking about it before they actually make that purchase. Which means you need to nurture your customers more. You need to start thinking about how you can send out more emails to your customers to start nurturing them, to make them feel like they can really trust you, and you need to earn that trust. So my suggestion is, rather than focusing solely on direct sales to unaware consumers, right, people who don't know you, focus on getting their emails instead. Encourage them to sign up on those landing pages, because once you have their email, you can message them as many times as you need, right? It's so much more cost effective to get that email in and then send them messages frequently rather than them going on a landing page one time and hoping that's enough. And because even if they don't make a purchase, they're still in your email list, right? Maybe they won't purchase today, but they might a year from now. They might, when you update your product or service, they might buy a different product from you. Right? So having that email and nurturing them, looking at things from a long-term approach is going to make a big difference, and it's going to make your ad revenue be a lot more sustainable and a lot more cost effective. So now let's shift to a more positive note. Let's talk about things that you need to be doing in 2025 with your marketing. Number one is my favorite. Please show your personality. Okay, people are being swamped with a million AI generated messages that just feel super spammy and robotic. And these days people really are craving you to just be you. So I'm predicting that the brands that are really going to stand out in 2025 are the ones that are not afraid to show a little humor, be a little creative, show a little personality, stop being so stuck up. So in your emails, feel free to use personal images, be the face of your brand, go ahead and use some GIFs. And yes, I do say GIFs, sue me. But the point is, just let your personality come out, because professional does not need to mean bland, boring, and formal. And because at the end of the day, all this is going to do is attract the people that really connect with you in the first place, which means you're going to have more loyal customers, you're going to have people that really care about your brand, and you're just going to push away people that probably wouldn't have bought from you anyway. Number two, things you need to be doing in 2025, focusing on segmentation. Segmentation just means creating different emails or messages or social media posts or whatever based on a target audience. Super easy one is, if you have a fashion brand, make sure you're starting to send out different messages for, let's say, people who are interested in men's clothing versus women's clothing, or people who are interested in boots versus people who are always buying your t-shirts, right? Every one of those people should be getting different types of messages. And the reason for this is because it creates a really personalized experience that converts a lot better, right? Because people feel like you're paying attention to them. You're noticing what are the things that they like, and you're giving them more of that. So even if you have something like a service-based business, you can tailor your messages to that audience, right? Maybe send different messages to people who want more comprehensive services than you would to people who want a smaller package from you. And that's going to be so much more effective than just sending out a newsletter to everybody with the exact same message. Number three, things you need to be doing in 2025, be careful with your use of AI. I know everybody jumped on the AI bandwagon, and I know it's amazing and it's such a time saver and it's like the best thing that's ever happened. But I want you to put some thought into how you're using it. Here's the thing, you are the brain, heart, and soul of your brand, not some robot. No machine is ever going to replace that. My suggestion is to have it help you with outlines, brainstorming, organizing your thoughts, maybe even rewriting a sentence or two, but not for the final product. Use it to help you with your productivity, but don't rely on it 100%. Let me tell you, the business owners that are the most successful have already been using Zapier for years to streamline and automate things. It's just now it has like a fancy new name, artificial intelligence sounds so cool. But again, please be careful with relying on it for your final products, whether that's imagery or text, okay? I can tell you, I promise you, I 100% guarantee people can tell when it's AI generated. And people who can't tell probably did not pay attention in their English classes. Another reason is that we don't know what the laws and regulations are going to be in advance in the future. I'm not a lawyer, so this is not legal advice, but as a business owner, things like copyright can really be kind of tricky, and AI is relatively new, like anti-generative images and copy, so we don't know what's going to happen, because maybe in 5 years, everything that you do on ChatGPT is actually going to be copyrighted and linked back to the original artists or writers or whoever they are. So that's why I would say really just be careful. Okay, so now that you know what to do with your email list, let's talk about how you can actually get people subscribed in 2025. Because obviously if you don't have anyone subscribed, none of the other stuff matters, I guess. And my number one, absolutely my number one suggestion, and maybe this seems like a buzzword, but please just be authentic with your social media. Let your brand voice shine through. Be the face of the brand, or let your employees be the face of the brand, but tell a story, show the human element behind your business, because humans are what people really care about. So I don't care if you're a plumber, you can do something on the internet that people are going to be interested in watching. There's a really great example of this guy who his entire TikTok that has like a huge following, it's just him mowing lawns and telling people stories about his business mowing lawns. And that's it. And it's so captivating to watch. Like it always gets me too. Any business can have an audience. I promise you, it's not yours, it's not boring. Just let your personality shine through, be yourself, and people will naturally come to you. Number 2, ways to grow your email list. If we have learned anything from the TikTok ban and unbanning, or all of the changes that happened to Google and SEO in 2024, it is that we need to diversify. Please do not rely on just one platform or one method of getting traffic. So diversify your online presence. Whether you're hiring UGC creators, whether you're posting on multiple platforms, whether you're focusing also on your SEO, whether you're just doing paid advertisements, whatever it is you need to be doing, you need to be getting multiple ways of getting eyes on you. And I know it sounds super overwhelming, and to be honest, it can be a lot of work. But the truth is, you don't have control over any of these platforms. Not TikTok, not Instagram, not Google, not LinkedIn, none of them. At any point in time, they can completely change all of their rules, and all your traffic from that site is then gone. Okay? When you have a small business, that can really devastate you. So the more you diversify, the less it will hurt you if that happens to you. And my recommendation is just create content that you can use across multiple platforms and with minimal work, right? Because take this, for example. I create one YouTube video that has a big topic. From this, I take multiple smaller clips and I post them on Instagram. I post them on TikTok. And then from those, I take 1 or 2 sentences and I post that on Blue Sky. And then I just take a picture of what I posted on Blue Sky, and then I also put it on Instagram and on LinkedIn. So basically, I'm just creating one big topic, and I get a week's worth of content in not that long. It doesn't take that much effort for me. Okay? And by the way, I do this all myself, which you can probably tell by the editing skills. But repurposing and recycling your content is a great way to post on multiple platforms to limit your business risk, improve your marketing overall, and it's not that much more work. Last thing you need to be doing in 2025 to grow your email list is focus on the bigger picture. Focus on the whole experience that your user is going to be having, right? Because sometimes it's not enough for them to just pop up on a landing page and then instantly give them your email. You need to think about, how did they get to that landing page in the first place? I could do a whole video on this because there's a lot of things we can cover. Let me break it down to you in a really simple form. Everything you do, everything, absolutely everything, ads, landing pages, emails, social media posts, everything you do, I want you to think about 4 things. I want you to think about when somebody sees this piece of content, okay? How did they get to this point? Why are they at this point? What should they do next? And why should they continue on? We talked about the fashion brand earlier, so let me give you an example if you have a fashion. Let's say somebody is currently reading the first email in your welcome sequence. How did they get here? We're hoping that they got here because they saw your social media posts, they liked everything you were offering, and so they went to your website from your link in bio, and then subscribed because you're offering a 2025 fashion trends checklist. Something like that, right? A lead magnet. Number 2, why are they at this point in your welcome sequence? They're at this point because they want to update their wardrobe in 2025 and they really like your brand's style, so they want to see recommendations from you. Number 3, what do you want them to do next? Obviously, if they're at this step, the ideal scenario is that they directly click from your welcome email and they go and buy something. Clearly, they trust your content, they trust your style, but maybe at a minimum, if they don't do that, then they should just keep opening new emails as you continue to send them information that's relevant to that 2025 checklist. Number 4, why will they continue either purchasing or just sticking around and watching your email? Hopefully it's because they continue to trust you, because they liked your social media posts, your welcome sequence is nice, it seems it's building a lot of trust with them, it's connecting with them, and the checklist you gave them is actually helpful, right? So hopefully that's keeping them along, staying in this welcome sequence. And if that's still not enough to get them to purchase, they might purchase because maybe at the end you offer them a 10% discount to earn their first purchase. This is just a quick little thought exercise. Obviously, it might not actually work out 100% that way, but we want to make sure that our marketing efforts are aligned with what our goals are. So if these are our goals, right? If these 4 things are our goals, then we need to make sure that our efforts are aligned with how and why and what. Because like I said, putting thought into your brand, creating an authentic strategy is going to be the best way to make sure you're growing in 2025. Thank you so much for watching to the end of this video. Please like and subscribe if this video was helpful for you. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you want more ways to keep growing your business without the burnout. Thank you, bye.